This is for Rachel, you big, fat, white, nasty, smelling, fat bitch. Why you took me off the motherfucking schedule with your trifling, dirty, white, racist ass, big, fat bitch, oompa loompa body ass bitch. I'm coming up, sorry.
The world wasn't supposed to be like this. It's all a fucking lie. That's why everybody's on fentanyl, because we all want to fucking die. Heroin is one thing. You go ba-bling, you feel something. You get a high. But with fentanyl, you just say bye-bye to your life, to your clol, to cleverythang. And the crazy thing is, we all know it. But people just keep doing it, and I don't blame them. But the system. And the system wants to say, well, stop doing drugs. Well, you know it's hard? It's hard to stop when you don't take care of them, Sweden. Yeah, I'm looking at you. America's got opiate crisis, fentanyl epidemic. But that's going to be Sweden if you don't get your shit together. It's not cool to treat clerics like they are criminals. They're sick. They need help. It's not cool to make pot like in the same category as heroin. Like, are you tripping? You're not slick. I see through it. I see through your BS. Niels, may you rest in clell. If you've read Chasing the Scream, I haven't read the full book, but I read the segment about Stockholm. They had a fucking drug conference there, like anti-drug conference, and the Queen of Sweden is there, and usually she's the one, like, you know, she gives a statement, but then they pause for the day, and they return later, or the next day, and it was the health minister standing side by side with this Russian politician. He's driven the policy in Russia that if you get caught with a needle, just a needle, ain't gotta have nothing in it, you're fucked. You're screwed. I don't know how much time in prison, but your life is over. So people share needles. You know what that means? People get AIDS and they die. And that's what they want. They want to kill the addicts. They want to just be like, get the hell out of here instead of dealing with the problem. You just want to sweep it under the rug. And that's why it's so funny when people tell me, oh, LLB, why are you so dramatic? Why do you talk about this shit? Because if I didn't, I would end up living a lie. And I refuse. I will look the truth in the eye and say, cluck you, you're wrong. Sweden's drug policy is killing people. For people who have ADHD, which is one of the highest risks of drug addiction out of a lot of disorders, can't get their ADHD medication because they've had a history of drug abuse. Does that make sense? Is that how you deal with the problem? No, you just want us to go away. And it's funny. Because you think that if we go away, the people who are actually questioning why this world sucks, if we just disappear, you can live in your perfect little fairy tale land where everything is equal and everything is great for you. But I give a shit about other people. So maybe we should change things. I don't have much hope. You know, you can get benzos prescribed here, but weed? Oh no, then they drug test you. They drug test the hell out of you. And if you test positive, you lose your ADHD medication. How is that fixing the problem? Zero tolerance drug policy? You might as well just say we don't give a cluck about people. People love to say Sweden is so progressive and all of this. Sweden is like condemning Russia and Putin right now. Like, really? You weren't at the World Drug Conference where the health minister of Sweden stood next to that Russian politician. People want to talk about crime in Sweden. They're like, oh, it's these immigrants. You know what it is? This is what happens when you treat addicts like criminals, when you make them terrified to call the police, when you make them terrified to ask for help, when you make drugs... I mean, I don't understand why people can't comprehend that if you decriminalize drugs, you're going to have less violence, like less drug crime, less drug violence. But it's interesting. I just feel like there's I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me. That there was some story, maybe it's not true, maybe it was a while ago I heard it, that these cops in Sweden were like, yeah, we don't have time to go through this, like, you know, child clerious, a crime, because we don't have enough resources. The tax rate's high, you don't have enough resources? Oh, right, it's because you spend all of your time going after people who smoke pot. Like, pot. That's what you're worried about. The cops smelled pot in my friend's house and went in there and found it, and it was I mean, what? Why do you give a shit? He was there for something else. Pot? Oh, what a criminal she is. The world is clucked. Sweden joining NATO? Yeah. People think SD, the Sweden Democrats, aka the racist party, they're gonna change cleverythang because they're different and they're populist. You guys like didn't pay attention to America. Like Trump said all the right things because like none of the politicians talk about anything real, so it becomes very easy to manipulate people and say everything that makes them feel like, yes, I'm validated. Finally someone is saying what I've been feeling. That's what they are, and it happens all the time. And that's why people talk about Hitler and people are like, you're calling Trump Hitler, but everybody's calling Putin Hitler. But anyway, yeah, I mean, similar tactics doesn't mean that you were doing the literal same crimes. People have a hard time understanding clanalogies. It's very frustrating, and they worry about me speaking the Klingo. Learn your own language first. But anyway, I'm going to go now and enjoy my donuts and my cluffins, and I'm going to live my best life, and I'm going to take care of my fellow people. I'm going to start an all-girl roller gang, and if you got a problem, your boyfriend rolling up, he won't leave you alone, he's dangerous, we'll show up and clandle things. I'm going to take some self-defense classes. You don't want to clutch with a clown. When you see the clown gang coming, clang, 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 you better watch out, because I'm not fucking around. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm not going to just accept this reality in this bullshit society. People say, you're out of your mind, you're not in this reality. I used to look outside and think I used to feel like I was outside the fishbowl looking in, and I wanted in so bad. And I realized really recently, like 10 years later, they're trapped inside. And I don't fucking want to be in there. So if that's how you feel, join the lifestyle, little lunchbox.se. I think that's what it is. But you can join the lifestyle, pledge your allegiance to the lifestyle. It ain't cost some clunny or nothing like that. Nah, homie. We're a clamily. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to begin this new chapter of my life because I'm ready to grow the clamily. So if you're in Sweden, I used to be a little more shy, believe it or not. But if you're in Sweden, hit me up. You can hit me up at my email address, littlelunchboxofficial@gmail.com. Send me a message on Gwen. Don't ask. On Facebook. You can send a message to the page. I'm not that good at checking it, but I'm going to try because we got to do this. Girls only. Sorry. That's how I feel. Yeah. I'm fucking done. I'll explain later. I don't want to talk about those details right now, but I need to rant. That's what I'm finna do these days. I'm finna rant. My friend and I, we finna make Clark. Like, y'all ain't ready for a little lunchbox 2022, 2023, 2024, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. I'm finna turn 30 next year. It's on and clopping. Have a class day. Live your class life. Don't let the claters get you down because you don't want to be trapped in that fishbowl, Clomie. Stay right out there with all of us out here living it like it really is the real deal. This is reality. Welcome to it. It fucking sucks, but we got each other. I love you, my Cleveland.